To start off, we need to know the difference between a clockwise and counterclockwise tine. This can be indicated by the chicken foot impression cast into the steel. You will need to reference this image for an accurate assembly. After applying Never Seize to prevent any corrosion, we can install our end cap, bend over tab washer, take up washer, and nut. Now, it's important to note that you can thread the nut on too far. So you're only threading the nut on just far enough that the end cap just touches the hex. To ensure that it's correct, the end cap should not be able to spin. After your first harding ring, we're going to start off the clocking of the entire roller here. So I'm going to draw the line indicating my master hex. Do not lose track of which hex this is. It's very important. And we're lining it up with the point on the spline of the hub driver, the high point. Now time for our bearing sequence. So we're going to do a end cap, bearing washer, bearing assembly, and another bearing washer. Don't forget to put washers on both sides of the bearing. Top it with the end cap, and next is the small spacer. Alright, and just like the tine sequence before, we're going to be lining up the hex with the point on the spline of the hub driver. Now looking at our chicken foot, you can see what direction we need to stair step here. So I like to line the tines up perfectly to ensure the hub driver is installed in the correct orientation. And then once you know where you're at, you can rotate the harding ring to position your tine in the correct stair step. Alright, after your large spacer and harding ring, it's time for our third tine sequence. Again, still lining up the hex with the point on the spline of the hub driver. Ensure the proper stair step according to the chicken foot. Another large spacer and harding ring goes on. Time for our fourth tine sequence. So we're going to be lining up the hex with the valley of the hub driver, not the point anymore. Alright, unlike the time sequences before, instead of following the same chicken foot stair-step pattern, we're going to line it up with the middle of the previous time sequences as shown from above. Another large spacer and hearting ring. Now time for the fifth time sequence. So we're going to line up again the hex with the valley of the hub driver instead of the point. Okay, and from here we can once again use our chicken foot. We're really only going to be using time sequence number 4 to identify what direction is stair step. Try not to pay attention to the bottom 3 at this point. A short spacer, end cap, bearing washer, and bearing assembly can be installed just like the bearing sequence before. After your last hearting ring, line up the hex with the valley of the hub driver again. Now your sixth and final time sequence goes on according to the chicken foot. To finally ensure that all of the stair stepping is correct, when viewed from the top down, no tine is in the same position. They're all clocked differently. Apply Never Seize to prevent corrosion. Your final end cap, bend over tab washer, take up washer, and nut.
It's that easy.
When tightening rollers separate from the machine, there needs to be a way to anchor it and prevent rotation while torquing. We have created this jig that goes on the forks of the forklift or skid loader to anchor the roller. Another important tool we use is our torque multiplier that multiplies force applied 18 times. So we can get 1200 foot-pounds by setting our standard half-inch drive torque wrench to 70 foot-pounds. Now just make sure when you're tightening to take breaks and tap on the tines, listening to the sing and ensuring they're seated properly. That cast has got burrs that need wore down. And also to switch sides occasionally and just make sure that the shaft stays centered. And finally, bend your bend over tab washer over, ensuring that the nut does not loosen over time. And once that's complete on both sides, that concludes the Eagle 1 roller assembly.